So I think what's really exciting about connected TV and the year we're seeing is more and more of it's becoming addressable. So we're seeing more and more user logged in experiences. So we've had 3 huge streaming services launch over the past year: Netflix, HBO Max, Disney Plus, who are all going to offer 100% authenticated impressions. So that means that every impression they have can be addressable, it can be measurable. And I think as we go into these economic headwinds, marketers are saying, how do I make sure that everything I buy can be connected to data? So I have all of this first-party data. How do I use it? How do I make sure every impression is addressable? And then also, how do I measure it? How do I make sure that every impression that comes back can be connected to a real-world event, like an in-store transaction, so that I can prove when a CMO is asked, what is your spend? Did it cause ROAS? You can clearly point to it and show the math behind it.
And lately, we've been hearing a lot more about data clean rooms. We used to hear about it in the context of walled garden environments, but now it seems as if data clean rooms are making things more accessible to other kinds of media platforms.
So I think data clean rooms are a bit all the thing right now. So it's the core topic for everyone to discuss. I think what's important when marketers and when publishers think about data clean rooms is how do you get clean room functionality with interoperability? The last thing you want is your data stuck in a clean room where you can't use it. You want to be able to activate on it. You want to be able to connect to the ecosystem. If your data is stuck, it's great that you did the analytics, but how do you then take it out? So as we look at data clean rooms, we really look at how do you make data collaboration platforms that have all the clean room functionality, but then connect into that media ecosystem so that marketers and publishers can bring their data together, then activate it out, and then ultimately also bring back those exposures that they bought and measure every impression they buy.
And what kinds of questions do you get about data clean rooms? Are there any common themes that you hear in when people ask you, what is a clean room? What can it do? What do I need to do to work in a clean room?
I think everyone wants a clean room, but they're not sure what they're going to use it for. So I think the most basic clean room use case is how do I take a CTV publisher's first-party data and a marketer's first-party data, bring them together, collaborate, do an overlap, maybe do a reach extension. I think a lot of people are looking at as we see signal loss in the digital ecosystem, the end of IP address in the CTV ecosystem. How do we keep reach? How do we do prospecting with that merger of it? I think we're also seeing a huge trend in data clean rooms on the retail media side. How do retailers share their data with CPGs and then activate out? But I think every time people speak about a data clean room, it always leads to how do we influence media activation? And this is where that interoperability comes in to play. And I think too many clean rooms today are not interoperable with the ecosystem, and that's a huge issue.
And then looking ahead, is there anything you're excited about to see this year in streaming and connected television and also in measurement?
So I'm really excited about, as we see the 3 big new streaming services take off, what that does to the ecosystem. I think it's going to really accelerate the change and the move to authenticated addressability. I also think that once you have that authenticated addressability in streaming and CTV, marketers start to think, how do I influence that into digital? So how do I take a buy where I understand a user across their digital experiences, their streaming experiences, their mobile experiences, bring it all together to get a true 360-degree view of the customer. And so I think it's a really good opportunity for marketers to start to bring TV into their digital plans. And we're going to see a shift where addressable buys are the foundation, and then you layer on linear on top of that.
And which are the big 3 that are driving this?
So I think it's going to be Netflix, Disney Plus, and then HBO Max. I think those 3, because they have such big inventory, are game changers.